And a very good evening, everybody. I'm John Cole. Boy, the gals got a great day to golf in Jamestown for the East-West Classic. Sometimes the boys in the early spring, they get a little ice on the greens, but they had a great day today, and it is all east in Jamestown. West Fargo, Cheyenne, 622. Red River, 639. Fargo, Shanley, 641. Mandan broke through for the West, 658. Then Minot North, 701. Williston was 14th, 759. Watford was 20th, 802. Your medalist, Rose Solberg of Davies, with a 146. Well, it's a Tuesday, and you know what that means. Another edition of Pros Pointer. Let's see what Johnny and LT have this week.
This week, Johnny explains why downsizing your lure might be the way to up your catch. Here's this week's Pros Pointer.
Growing up as a kid, I heard every excuse you can imagine for not catching walleye in the dog days of summer. They go too deep, the water gets too warm. Heck, there's even a wives' tale that says their teeth fall out that keeps them from eating. Well, as I got older and studied fish more in depth, I've learned that that's not why we don't catch them. We don't catch them because we don't change the way we fish, although the fish's eating habits change immensely. What happens in the heat of the summer or the middle of the season is the young of the year bait fish are now edible size, which puts a gigantic amount of bait that's very tiny right in front of the fish, and that's what they focus on. So it's really simple. Drop down from a size 7 to a size 5 or a 4 crankbait, and maybe from an 1.5 inch spinner to a spinner the size of an inch. Maybe go from a whole night crawler to a half. Downsize your baits during the heat of summer, and the dog days will not be doggy any longer. I'm Johnny Candle, and that's this week's Pros Pointer.
Next week, believe it or not, Johnny wraps up season 29 of Pros Pointers.
All right, 3 weeks ago, I was bass fishing in New Hampshire. I landed a nice fat smallmouth on a number 2 Mep spinner. Now, usually I would go with a 3 or a 4, but Johnny's right. In the dog days of August, go small. Twins trying to even up their series with the Yankees tonight. Let's go to the Bronx. This is like a bad movie that we see over and over and over again. Mr. Judge with a solo shot, 1-zip in the first. In the second, Anthony Volpe from New Jersey, who's having a terrible year with the Yanks, but he gets this one out, a 2-run shot, 4-1 now. In the fifth, John Carlos Stanton finally healthy, and he is going to hit one of those Mickey Mantle moon shots. Going, see ya. That made it 5-1. Final was 9-1. The Twins had one hit. How are you going to win if you only come up with one hit? And that was by Martin leading off the game. We told you at 6 that Rodin was having a good year, and he shut him right down, only gave up one hit in that ball game. And now we're going to take a timeout on First News at 10.